Good morning. This is the top of Kasner Mountain, and we're looking across the Mogollon Rim at Mount Humphreys again, which seems to have picked up some snow on it since a week ago when I used it as the backdrop for a recording on Nausicaa. But I'm going to stop here today and talk about another Miyazaki anime.
Castle in the Sky, Laputa.
Laputa, Castle in the Sky is an amazing 1986 theatrical adventure anime from director Hayao Miyazaki. The story takes place in an alternate world of early 20th century technology, where steam is still king and huge dirigibles float through the sky. A young farm girl, Shida, finds her life interrupted when powerful people take an interest in her, and especially in the family heirloom pendant that she wears around her neck. She's being taken away on a government airship by some mysterious guys in dark suits, led by Muska, a secretive government agent. But when pirates attack that airship, also looking for Shida, the poor girl ends up falling overboard. That's where the mysterious pendant she wears takes over, magically slowing her fall. Pazu, a young lad from a mining town below, spots her falling like a star floating from the sky and is waiting to catch her when she lands. The pirates, led by the ruthless yet somehow lovable old Dola, come searching for the girl who fell from the sky. The military are searching for her too. For Shida and her newfound friend and protector, Pazu, the chase is on. The object of all this excitement is the legendary flying castle, Laputa, home of ancient treasure and power. Shida's pendant bears the symbol of that lost land. The pirates want its fabled treasure, the government wants that and more, and Muska isn't telling all he knows. It's hard for the kids to know who's the worst of their pursuers. Pazu's dad once flew off in search of the legendary floating island himself, so the lad has his own reasons for wanting to join the adventure. And this is a rip-roaring swashbuckler of a movie, an old-fashioned pirate story, like Treasure Island but with flying airships instead of seafaring hearts of oak. It features a fast-moving adventure story that still takes time to establish the characters with small, quiet moments. Shida's imprisoned in an old government fortress. She agrees to cooperate in exchange for Pazu's freedom. The government is hiding the remains of an old robot there. It fell from the sky, and Muska asserts it came from Laputa. Shida's presence stirs the badly broken robot back to life, revealing its potential power. As Pazu throws in with Dola's pirates to try to rescue Shida from the government, the robot surprisingly tries to protect the girl from the army in a scene on the battlements reminiscent of the climax to King Kong. By the way, if that robot looks a little familiar, it's very similar to one in Miyazaki's final Lupin III TV show, which itself was borrowed from an older Max Fleischer Superman cartoon. The name Laputa was taken from Jonathan Swift's Imagine at Gulliver's Travels, of course, though Disney has expunged it from the English release's title in deference to the sensibilities of Spanish speakers. The basic story outline is similar to that of Miyazaki's first TV series, Future Boy Conan. A girl whose key to a legendary past technology is captured by the bad guys, jumps overboard, and meets a young boy who becomes her champion. She's recaptured and then re-rescued by the boy. Acclaimed writer-director Hayao Miyazaki imaginally blends all these elements with a classic pirate's tale, using his flawless touch for pacing and character. This is Miyazaki's first theatrical film made under the imprint of the newly founded Studio Ghibli. The artwork is brightly imaginative in creating an alternate industrial revolution with cleverly designed airships. I really like the pirates' flaptors, sort of mechanical dragonflies. Miyazaki also has plenty of chances to draw bucolic meadows, trees, birds, and animals, including a return appearance of the fox squirrels from Nausicaa. When he gets to the flying castle, he induces vertigo as the young protagonists fearlessly clamber around incredible heights, clinging to the kinds of impossible purchase that only work in cartoons. The soundtrack is composed by Joe Hisaishi, and again it's lovely, with grand orchestral themes, quiet wonder, and exciting chases. His musical story to accompany the opening credits sequence, which Miyazaki again uses for visual exposition, may be my favorite Hisaishi composition. Laputa is another cautionary tale of the abuse of technology and Miyazaki's love of nature. Here, the technology of the past, the robots and the floating castle itself, aren't evil in and of themselves. In fact, when left free of human interference, Laputa is a peaceful garden and the robots gentle caretakers. But both faithful robots and ancient castle also possess a potential for terrible destruction, and it's simply too easy for greedy or power-hungry humans to exploit that. There's a great sense of cooperation in this movie as well, as Pazu tries to keep Sheeta from the pirates and military alike. Many of the ordinary people they pass along the way jump in to give them a hand. Miyazaki's courageous young heroes would prefer to just escape, but they willingly embrace their responsibilities and press forward with determination rather than violence. I love the range of emotions Miyazaki coaxes from his characters' faces. The story is told with beautiful artwork, spectacular animation, engaging characters, and exciting storytelling. If all that doesn't add up to 5 stars, what does? As with other Studio Ghibli films, Disney has given Castle in the Sky a quality U.S. release with a first-rate voice cast. They've cast the kids as slightly older voices than in the Japanese soundtrack. Anna Paquin makes a good Sheeta. I thought her voicing, often breathy to express physical actions, was excellent. On the other hand, I didn't much care for Cloris Leachman's shrewish interpretation of Dola. Lastly, I'm curious who decided to hire a great voice like Mandy Patinkin and then give him the role of Louis, one of Dola's pirates who has maybe 5 lines in the whole film. In Disney's 2003 US release, I was surprised that they re-recorded the music and redid all the sound effects and Foley work for the dub track. That's a lot of work, making a whole new soundtrack, so I guessed that the original unmixed soundtrack tapes weren't available to add to the English dub. While they were at it, they even had Joe Hisaishi expand his score a bit and added some background music to previously quiet scenes. And they scored additional instruments in others, such as adding an inexplicable piano accompaniment to Pazu's early morning trumpet solo. Despite all that, Disney kept the original Japanese lyrics for the closing credits song. It may seem strange that I would comment at length on all that, but I watched the heck out of my import Laserdisc Laputa for 15 years before Disney got around to it. From the opening shot of the movie, I instantly thought that the pirate airship just sounded wrong on the dub track. It's scary that I still recall its gentle squeaks and clanks. It's hard for me to objectively compare the music when the original performance is so familiar to me. This year, Disney reissued Castle in the Sky on a new 2010 DVD. Surprisingly, it restored the original Japanese music and sound effects back under the English dub, discarding all that new music they recorded back in 2003. Maybe someone in Japan found the original pre-mixed tapes in a storeroom someplace. Unfortunately, the 2010 DVD seems to have lost the proper subtitles from their original DVD, leaving us with only dub titles to accompany the Japanese soundtrack this time around. Great, now I've got a Laserdisc and 3 different DVDs for this movie. Castle in the Sky is apparently a demonstration that Americans hate silence in movies. Long before Disney added the new orchestration, Japan Airlines did an unreleased English dub of Laputa for their in-flight movie. Whoever did that hated quiet too, and even added some dialogue to scenes that had been silent in the original movie. Well, at least they didn't cut it. Thanks for watching.